Hey everybody, happy holidays. Today we are going all yellow with yellow.ai. Raghu, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Yvonne, and Merry Christmas, and hope you are having a great holiday season.
I am very relaxing, although I love to do these daily shows, and I'm excited in particular for our chat around generative AI and conversational AI, kind of reshape human to machine communications. We're going to dive into all that, but before that, maybe introduce yourself and how do you describe yellow AI?
I'm Raghu Ravinuthala. I'm co-founder and CEO for Yellow AI. Yellow AI is the world's leading customer experience automation platform powered by generative AI. We help 1,000 plus global enterprises drive their customer support and employee support autonomously using generative AI platform.
Well, it's a super exciting time and place to be at the moment with all the rage around Gen AI topics. So, but maybe introduce, your mission exactly around enhancing, fixing, the very broken customer and employee experiences, we find out there.
Yeah, our vision is to make customer support autonomous. While doing that, we do it in a delightful way. So there are about 500 billion plus customer support calls every year, Ivan,
Wow.
and the world spends more than $1 trillion every single year on customer support. And can you believe it? And less than 1% of them are delightful. Less than 1% of them are automated. And from what we are seeing, AI is as a technology has the potential to one reduce the overall cost of providing customer support, so companies can expand to the number of people that they can service, and and do that in a very delightful way, especially with the advancements that are happening in generative AI. So our mission is to build the stack around the entire customer support that can enable enterprises to do exactly that, or provide customer support in an autonomous way and do that delightfully.
Well, it's a wonderful mission. And it's not for lack of trying that businesses and vendors have been trying to implement AI in customer experience for some time. But what's new? We've seen with LLMs and other technologies kind of a revolution in the approach. What are the challenges maybe in implementing Gen AI and AI and CX today that you
Yeah.
discovered? And then we could talk about your solution maybe.
Yeah, so we as a company have been focused on this problem from 2016, and right now, even with early stages of Gen AI, right now we process more than 14 billion interactions every single year. That's
Wow.
huge. That's the number of interactions that we automate for our customers, and over a period of time, we have seen the technology evolve one by one in terms of the depth and breadth of customer support issues or queries that it can resolve. I would kind of relate this to more like how autonomous driving in cars evolved. So the autonomous driving really started with, cruise control or just, cruising along a single lane, which provided great benefits. So similarly, automated customer support started with providing information for customers using pattern matching and machine learning in 2016, 2017. Then it evolved into enabling transactions, just like cars probably learned to change lanes, and so that's the next set of evolution. And we saw significant boost there. So customers that were not getting answers for hours were getting answers in seconds and minutes. That were taking hours or days to get their query resolved end to end. For example, they want to change flight tickets or they want to get a refund. All that was being automated, and that led to a surge in the adoption of conversational AI at our customers. And the next set with generative AI, our platform has evolved from providing information, completing transactions, to making decisions, uh, uh, do some reasoning. So there is a reasoning engine, drive towards goals, so that the experience for the end customer and the depth and breadth of automation is human like, but at machine speed. So you,
Mm,
unlike humans, you don't need to wait, and you don't need to get a lot of time to get things done. The experience is human like, but the ability to get them done is as fast as machines can do, similar to, I would say, a Tesla or self-driving evolving to full FSD, where you can recognize traffic lights, you can make decisions
mm,
around when to stop, when to slow down, and things like that. So I see this evolution. We are not fully done yet. We are in
mm,
the early innings of advancements around generative AI, and over a period of time, there's going to be a lot about generative vision, and the ability to large vision models, etc. A combination of LLMs and LVMs can provide real 3D human-like experience, as if like you're talking to a real person and getting your queries resolved. I think that is where we see the path of how customer support automation is going to evolve over the coming years.
oh, it's a fantastic opportunity and such an exciting time. And but there are, many different players in this space. I think I saw a conversational AI market map with 2,000 companies, if you can believe that. Maybe explain some of the core principles behind your automation platform, how it stands out and how it's been so successful in the market to date.
Yeah. So there have been reasons why we are a leader in Opus report, why we are part of Gartner Magic Quadrant, is our core set of principles in driving autonomous customer support. The number one, we as a company, one of the very few companies that has true multi-channel presence, in the sense that a single company using our engine can deploy on age-old telephony systems, so customers can call and the
Hmm,
same telephony systems and get answers resolved through our virtual agents, to websites and new age platforms like Apple Business Messaging, WhatsApp, Line Messenger, etc. So I think we're all omnipresent in terms of where customers
hmm,
are. The second is the ability for us to use runtime generative AI, which means that uh, we are actually taking the core aspects of the LLM and grounding that in enterprise knowledge and enterprise systems, and applying that in real time of customer interactions, which means that uh, decisions like providing a better offer, which were earlier made by humans, now is being done through AI. That too, learning from the historic interactions uh, that it learned from the enterprise conversations that the enterprise had with their customers. So runtime generative AI has been a key component. The third is the large language models come with the worldwide trained data, but
hmm.
provide very less configurability on how they represent a brand in terms of their responses and interactions. So configurability as a key layer into how brands can personalize the generative AI responses to the way that the brand want to represent to their customers, again, has been a key aspect. The fourth one is about security. Uh, we have created an architecture that fine tunes the LLM models that are hosted on our platform, and only uses the OpenAI kind of models for use cases that absolutely need them, which are less than 5%, so that the enterprises have full control of their data and full control of the integrations that their systems have. And finally, five, when all these systems are got together to automate customer support, there are several workflows that companies need to orchestrate around this, like A/B testing of different models. There could be about ticketing and how this enables the agents to monitor and get onto those conversations. So how does the workflows allow that? The ability to drive core integrations and workflows arising out of these conversations and driving those workflows. So this entire customer support software or workflows that wrap around the core generative AI models enables customers to quickly deploy these agents and realize the benefits in terms of automating customer support. These have been the core principles why we are rated so highly and rated as leaders across many different analyst publications on conversational AI.
Well, fantastic. Well done. You mentioned billions of interactions. That's fantastic. Any customers that you're allowed to mention or speak to, or industries where you're getting a lot of traction in particular?
Absolutely. We are adopted by some of the world's leading enterprises. Some of the names that I could talk about, Randstad, it's the world's largest staffing organization. They are able to automate up to 90% of their support interactions on voice through YellowAI's platform within a month of deployment. That all came
Wow.
from all the learnings that the platform had over several years and achieved with a rapid deployment within a few weeks. Some of our other customers include the leading electronics brand, Logitech. We have fashion brands like Sephora as a part of our customers, Domino's. So these are all the kind of customers that are adopting our platform and scaling their customer experience and customer support at scale using generative AI.
Fantastic. Well, you got the big NRF show coming up here in New York City in a few weeks. So I'm sure there'll be a hot topic around service and support. Um, you mentioned, workflows. Talk about a little bit about the analytics that you can leverage to provide insight and decision-making guidance. That sounds really intriguing. How does that work?
You touched upon a very important topic. Uh, a lot of, if you see why analytics is important and why that's a game changer for adoption of conversational AI. As you can imagine, there are 400, 500 billion interactions that are happening on customer support,
Mm,
but there is very little insights that anyone is getting out of those interactions because those interactions are not digitized or not understood. What conversational AI brings is all these valuable interactions, and these are interactions that companies having with their most valuable asset, which is their customers. And with conversational AI, we are able to digitize those interactions and get details about why they are calling, how
mm,
satisfied they are, and what are the kind of responses that they're really liking and how to increase their satisfaction rates. And these analytics are built into the platform that that take this digitization and analysis of these conversations and provide real-time actionable outputs to our end customers. Let me give an example. We, in fact, partnered with one of the world's largest beverage company, and they had a virtual assistant that helped their customers prepare cocktails or provided cocktail recipes using their beverages. And one of the insights that they got was a certain region of the country preferred more sweeter cocktails, and a certain region of the country preferred spicier
mm.
cocktails. And that really drove their marketing behavior and marketing strategy in two different regions, and what they are going to promote. So these are the kind of insights that companies like this were never getting, even if they had millions and millions of consumers. So
Mm.
those are the insights that Yellow AI is enabling through these billions of interactions happening on the platform.
Oh, fantastic. Love that story. You also talk a lot about fixing broken employee experiences. If you work for a big company, you've struggled through customer services and tickets and internal tech support. What are you doing there exactly?
Yeah, so the companies that we partnered with have seen the platform and have seen that their customers are getting faster responses,
Hmm.
automating 80, 90% of them. And they just realized that, we are facing these problems with our the equally valuable asset, which are employees. And they are taking a lot of time in getting their passwords reset. They're taking a lot of time in ordering new assets. They're wasting their time in getting their IT issues resolved. They're wasting their time in knowing employee benefits. So how about enabling all this access as a part of their core employee service? And our platform really took off with customers such as Schlumberger adopting the platform to enable great employee experiences where they're able to get all their issues resolved, huge cost, millions of cost reduction in providing employee support, and getting phenomenal employee insights. Now some of the companies, our customers, are using conversational surveys and conversational employee sentiment tracking, that this virtual assistant goes and asks these employees every 2-3 months since they're joining on how they are doing, what's the feedback, which is very tough to staff and do from a HR department, and get those employee insights as well, and do the right interventions when needed, and amplify the right things when needed. So those are the kind of employee experiences that we are able to help our customers, which are enterprises, provide to their employees.
Brilliant. Well done. So, in my experience historically, contact center projects took, years, at least many months to deploy and test and integrate, and, often with less than amazing outcomes. So how do you go about deploying the system, integrating it with existing business systems or telephony systems, APIs, what have you, and how long does that take?
I gave an example of Randstand, which was
Hmm.
live from get-go in 4 weeks. And
Wow.
it took another 4 weeks to get to 90% plus automation. The reason we are able to do it is a significant part of the time is spent in these 2-3 activities. One is just identifying the use cases that customers need to drive automation. So we have a software that runs the algorithm on the existing call disposition reports and provides the top use cases that are big volume drivers for the company. So you get the use cases that you need to automate really within hours of running the script on your CDR reports. Then the second is about how do we train these models to understand human language and
Hmm.
configure the way the brand wants to communicate. So there is a no code platform that enables customers to configure the kind of responses and the kind of workflows that they need to drive these interactions. Third biggest part comes in integrations, and we understood that that's one of the key drivers of long implementation times. And we actually hired a 200 member plus team that's just working on integrations day in and day out, and
Hmm.
get all these standard integrations pre-built, like Salesforce,
Hmm.
ServiceNow, Oracle, SAP, you name it, and we're on their marketplaces. So a customer that has one of these standard integrations, can just configure and get these integrations going. And if they have customer integration, we have a really large professional services team, one of the biggest in the industry, to quickly come in and provide a white glove treatment and enable those integrations within days, helped by integration framework that is built into the platform that enables really fast ramp up times. And the fourth biggest thing is where companies falter is, after doing all that, their accuracy rate starts from 5%, 10%, because
Right.
they don't know about the interactions. And what we have built is an ability to learn from those billions of interactions that we had on the platform, and map it to train, to leverage all that to eliminate this training time and get to 70-80% accuracy right on get-go. So we are using the data that we have on our platform to go over this learning curve and land at very high accuracy rates. So that explains the really shorter implementation times and ramp-up times for our
Wow,
customers.
very impressive, very comprehensive approach. So it's been an eye-opening year for Gen AI. We've all played with ChatGPT and seen the power and the promise of that, but we've also seen the potential risks and downsides with, crazy hallucinations and data leaks and potential privacy issues. How do you ensure integrity of data and avoid hallucinations and other challenges that LLMs sort of inherently have?
So we took the approach of multi-LLM orchestration model, which means that we take these LLMs or what we call as focused language models, where we don't take the 1 trillion parameter model and just integrate it, but take the smaller models and train it with the conversations and the enterprise data and ground them to the enterprise systems,
Mm,
and focus each model on a specific use case, be it enabling a transaction or driving a summarization or driving a goal-driven interaction, and call the right LLM for the right use case. And this orchestrator is also a very small language model that determines the right LLM to be used. And this groundedness actually brings the hallucination rates to near zero for enterprises, because we're not exposing the queries to the worldwide trained content where it could hallucinate, but get it grounded to the enterprise data and systems. And all these are hosted on our platform, since we are using these open source LLM models and fine tuning on top of them. So we are we have the ability to, on an ongoing basis, automatically monitor the interactions and correct wherever we see hallucinations, or more optimal answers, and optimize this on an ongoing basis. So that approach led us to actually get our deployments underway for financial services companies, healthcare
mm.
companies, which are most sensitive uh, to the accuracy of the data, accuracy of the information that they want to provide to their end customers.
Wow, very impressive indeed. I hate to ask you about the forecast. People, what's going to happen in 5 years? I don't think anyone knows. But what are you excited about over the next 1 to 2 years? Any trends or opportunities or forecasts, roadmap that you're particularly focused on?
I think the next 1 2 years will see uh, the transformation of enterprise software. I mean, I'm giving from a lens on the area that we work on, and uh, it is the shift is going to be probably bigger than on-premise to cloud, or even a web to mobile
Mm,
app, for this one single reason. The reason is, whenever the transition from on-prem to cloud happened, the functionality remained the same. The deployment model differed. There's very little functionality difference from HR software on-prem to HR software on cloud. And even on mobile, the rendering, the surface area where people access, that changed. But for the first time after a very few decades, actual functionality of software is undergoing a massive change,
mm,
where AI, the enterprise software, predominantly has been storing information and providing workflows, to now enterprise software now is able to engage and manage the relationship with consumers and employees. So that big shift in enterprise software is going to be a big theme in how enterprises are going to adopt AI, because they are going to use enterprise software to transform their companies. And this particular shift is going to bring about a massive transformation at enterprises in terms of efficiency, experience, etc.
well, so exciting, such an exciting time. We're a little bit of a quiet period here, thank goodness, with the holidays. But what are you excited about as we get into the new year? Any travel or events coming up for you or the team personally?
So we are going to be at the NRF, and
Great.
I'm excited about our team being there, and in general, we're enjoying the festive spirit across the company. It's been a milestone year in several ways. and we are taking this time to enjoy, regroup, and looking forward to next year for the biggest transformation that enterprise software has ever seen.
I would agree with you. Well, thanks so much for sharing great insights, and your journey is pretty fascinating. And good luck in New York City. It should be an amazing in-person event. And yeah, get some more rest and relaxation before the busy new year starts. Thanks very much, Raghu.
Thank you very much, Ivan. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Likewise. And thanks everyone for watching. Reach out to yellow.ai. They're all over social media, very active. And that's how they got my attention. And yeah, have a great New Year as well. Thanks, everyone.